You may ask as you walk the streets here of Hossegor in France.
Un peu. A little bit.
We'll stick to English. And how is this for an interesting heat on paper? Wiggolly Dantas taking on Connor Coffin. Opening heats of that day done. So Connor Coffin, it was all your fault. But here we go, Wiggolly Dantas. Let's see if he can use the pivot and the rail power. Beautiful step off the lip there. Squared up hit. Mature surfing from Wiggolly Dantas. And now second wave of the set will open up the first offering for Connor Coffin. That wave running into a little bit of trouble as it gets caught in the exhaust fumes of Dantas' bigger wave number one.
Well, a pretty solid wave there for Wiggolly. Just two moves, but they were both solid. A very clean, defined float into a snap. So let's take a look right here. It's clear water. So he's going to get a little snap in. He's feeling great. He's got some traction, and then he starts losing control right there. And just that lack of kind of propulsion down the line, it didn't allow him to hit that last section very clean. And he's going to pay the price. It's going to be a small score. Really nice floater there. A lot of projection there from Wiggolly. And that allowed him to finish that wave clean gig. So
a fifth in Fiji last year, a fifth this year as well. And a fifth at Trestle. So Dantas is a complete package in all conditions. Rookie Connor Coffin. Big hit for him. That's more power to rail. Connor Coffin, two-turn combo there. And a few of the audience applying themselves, loving it.
Wow, that was two amazing maneuvers there from Connor. And you know, a lot of time we talk about his talent and potential. And there's even some people out there that think, hey, he's overhyped. But right there, that was an example of how he is not overhyped. I mean, this kid can produce some amazing surfing. And right there, that was clutch. Got really low to the deck of his board, pushed super hard on that back foot. Again, we're looking at cramped condition, but a lot of right-hand point breaks, and he definitely has one of the best forehands on tour.
Wiggolly uses priority, goes to big speed. Square float again, as we saw on the first wave, the second wave now, and he will wrap it together. So there you go. Second contribution now from Wiggolly Dantas. As we mentioned, opened with the 5.67. Big squared run down the same part of the sandbar here in Hossegor.
Well, Wiggolly Dantas here, kind of connecting the pieces. Another floater. Doing that there. That's all on purpose to get down the line to hit this section again. So kind of just taking care of business here, not really performing. Just you know, that wave was not user friendly. It was kind of a dumpy closeout. So he did well to, you know, eke out a decent score. But I think kicking out of this wave, Wiggolly would be thinking to himself, yeah, that's okay. But you know, at the end of the day, I don't want to hold on to it. You know, it should be a mediocre score.
Beautiful overview of the lineup here as we cover it from every angle. Judges do owe Connor Coffin that two backhand maneuver contribution, and I'm using the word a lot because we're trying to build second counting rides per surfer here in this round two. Connor Coffin. Judges starting to drop numbers now. 5 on the panel. Highest and lowest always eliminated. The remaining 3 scores get averaged out, and that's why you end up with these little decimals all over the scorecards. And Connor Coffin is going to find a 7.33 from the panel.
Great score. And, you know, I put myself out there a little bit. I was thinking that was heavy surfing, but the judges picked up on it brilliantly. 7.33 for 2 maneuvers. So
that was pretty classic.
And I mean, how do you separate? I mean, because you're a friendly guy, you know, sometimes it's tough to be able to just get that kind of anger and pull it from you. You ever able to do that?
No, I guess not, because I don't know, sometimes it works and sometimes I just get frustrated and think I should have went into it kind of more relaxed and more just, you know, whatever happens, instead of going in all pissed like you want to rip someone's head off, you know. And everyone has their own thing, and I don't know, I'm still trying to figure it out what works for me. And I feel like my biggest results have come when I was really relaxed and just mellow, so just keep it cruisy, I guess.
About we heard from Seabass saying it's kind of tough sometimes to find that backup score, and Connor Coffin not having any troubles. Nice open wall there. Look at clean wall too. No whitewash on the face there, and that allowed him to really have some traction and whip into some nice carves, not just little taps and off the lips. He actually, you know, and that's his MO. He loves to get that rail engaged.
Well, the highest score of the day comes in for a single ride. It's a 9-point offering. Coffin way up to the top, and look, you don't often see a combo next to Wiggolly Dantas' name, and that's the reality for the Brazilian.
Awesome to be here. Yeah, thank you.
Do you think he's thinking in the water as he's gliding in right now on this wave? Does he feel a little bit of pressure having mom and dad here on the beach, you think?
I don't know. I think he likes having us around. So we've kind of been doing this now for about 15 years. So I think he's used to us making fools out of ourselves.
Okay, and you just want a barrel. See, this is why.
Well, see, there we go. A little tube ride from Wiggolly. You never know what's going to happen down here.
Mention that Wiggolly could catch another wave and unlock something.
Well, one of his strengths is his tube riding. Wiggolly Dantas is very familiar with getting absolutely piped. He knows how to get barreled. He's got great skills inside the tube. You can see him weaving right there. That's technical. And, you know, it wasn't just a cruisy barrel where he could stand tall and arch and pose. You know, he had a lot of work done in here. You can see that by scooting forward, and there's those pumps. See his knees and his feet working back and forth. That's to get extra speed, because that was a fast little barrel. And he did just enough. You can see how deep he got in that second section, Gigs. But it's just actually kind of bad timing for that barrel, because it hasn't been really the typical selection out there, and here he goes.
Well, a 9+ score, and he'll go to the air. Beautiful rotation, freeze it up, and he'll just hammer it up there. It'll go incomplete. So lots of application from Wiggolly Dantas inside the last minute.
Yeah, that was...
Never say die.
Exactly. What great effort, good fight back, you know. And could you imagine, Gigs, if he started with those two waves that we just witnessed just now in the first 3 minutes and dictated the scale? You know, it would have been very interesting to see the scores. But because he's kind of fighting back, Connor's the one that really set the scale with that 9, you know, with those big carves, those power hacks. So it really is rhythm and when you get those waves in the heat. And you know, so a little unlucky for Wiggolly, but pretty proud for him for, you know, fighting back.
Well, the Coffin family will be celebrating that as they'll breathe a little sigh of relief. Wiggolly Dantas will fall short of the requirement. A 5.07 is the reality of that last score for the Brazilian as he goes to the air. Coffin will find his way into round 3 here at the Quiksilver Pro France. And of course, it is a big round 2 unfolding.